Hello and welcome to Rishikesh, nestled in the foothills of the Indian Himalayas, located by the holy river Ganga.
This is the center where spirituality and yoga wisdom meet. I'm Nikita Singh.
And I'm Johan Castell, and we bring you the very first episode from our brand new series, Yoga, celebrating India's gift to mankind.
Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to show you how yoga and Ayurveda are connecting the world. We're also going to bring you stories of people from across the globe who are carrying the message of these traditional practices forward.
We're also going to bring you stories of wellness tourism from a couple of wellness retreats in North India.
Well, let's get started, Johan, and no better way to start our journey than from the yoga capital of the world, Rishikesh.
So without further delay, let us show you what we have lined up for you on the show.
WION visits the Ministry of Ayush in New Delhi.
Meet inspiring yoga practitioners.
From the youngest yoga instructor to the yoga crusader from Saudi Arabia.
And some healthy tips to keep your body and mind calm.
In this series, we met many yoga enthusiasts with inspiring journeys. But before we share their stories, let's discuss why yoga and Ayurveda have had such a lasting impression.
Did you know, according to a study, there are more than 300 million people worldwide who practice yoga?
Wow, that's really impressive.
What is the reason? Well, the ancient connection that dates back 5,000 years. Yoga and Ayurveda, the two timeless traditions of India. Yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word yush, which means to unite or to join. It traces its origins 5,000 years ago to the Indus-Saraswati civilization in northern India. Initially, yoga was a spiritual practice aimed at achieving harmony between the mind, body, and spirit. Sage Patanjali codified it in his Yoga Sutras that laid out the principles and techniques of classical yoga. On the other hand, there is Ayurveda, the natural system of medicine that originated in India over 3,000 years ago. The term Ayurveda is derived from the Sanskrit words Ayur, which means life, and Veda, that means science or knowledge. Ayurveda translates as the knowledge of life. Ayurveda focuses on maintaining a balance within the body through a combination of diet, herbal remedies, meditation, and lifestyle practices. Today, both the ancient practices have transcended the boundaries of India. As the world gears up to celebrate International Yoga Day on the 21st of June, WION embarks on a journey to bring the world closer to understanding the ancient Indian traditions of yoga and Ayurveda, and learn how these holistic practices are transforming everyone's lives.
Ayurveda, yoga and naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathy. Do you know the acronym of these 5 terms becomes Ayush?
Strengthening these 5 aspects, the Ministry of Ayush was established in New Delhi a decade ago. Nikita got an opportunity to explore how the Ministry of Ayush is strengthening the yoga dream for the world.
In fact, not only that, Johan, I also got the opportunity to meet many inspiring young yoga enthusiasts at their key institute. Take a look.
There are many ways to practice yoga, and no matter what style you prefer, profound health benefits will follow your yoga practice. If you're experiencing illness, or recovering from surgery, or even living with a chronic condition, yoga can be an integral part of your treatment. It can potentially improve your healing. Much like yoga, Ayurveda also helps reduce stress and anxiety and boosts the immune system. We visited the Ministry of Ayush to understand how these holistic approaches work. The Ayush Ministry, which was formed in 2014, is responsible for developing education, research, and propagation of traditional medicine and alternative medicine systems in India.
Yoga and Ayurveda is basically our cultural heritage and is a science. So, to be precise, like since last 10 years, this is the 10 years of International Day of Yoga. And just to put in context, like in last year on 21st June, across the globe, 235 million people participated into these activities. This is also a showcasing the strong undercurrent, not only in our country, but across the globe. There is a huge demand through our embassies. We have a lot of communications going on with several institutions. We have institute-to-institute partnerships, research collaborations. For example, we have a research on ashwagandha on long COVID at UK. So in UK, NHS has approved ashwagandha as a medicine, and then London School of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene, LHS, is university.
Mr. Rajesh, as children, our mothers and our grandmoms always used to harp on the benefits of ashwagandha.
Yeah.
And we as children never liked the taste of it, but we used to have it. But now, of course, after so much research, after so many years, we know the benefits.
And I want to add one interesting thing about ashwagandha. That recently ashwagandha is now, has taken over as a #1 supplement in US. #1.
Wow.
It's doing $500 million business in only US. So there's kind of enthusiasm, there's kind of acceptance. And what we want to do is that we want to establish these sciences as a science, by large-scale evidence generation.
India is home to hundreds of yoga schools. Our next stop is Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga in New Delhi, which also serves as the nodal agency for the International Yoga Day.
Most of the business and other jobs are mostly about sitting and financial work or something. But this was like something I can do to keep myself fit and make others fit as well, mentally and physically.
Yoga is a way of life. How to live your life, yoga will tell you.
Slowly move your hands to your waist.
Shastra says that yato dharmaha tato jayah. Where there is a fundamentals, success will be there. Nowadays, people are practicing many things randomly. When you see the common yoga protocol, it is made in a very systematic way. First, it will start from the prayer, then later some warm-up exercise, Shitali Karana Vyayamas, then standing series, standing again, standing, sitting, prone, supine, then relaxing Shavasana, then coming to the pranayama, then relaxing pranayama, then last dhyana, what we call meditation.
The Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga aims to promote a deeper understanding of yoga philosophy and practices through its courses. It is truly inspiring to see students learning the techniques of yoga as they seek to make a career in the field.
The energy in this yoga class is so contagious. I can't resist joining in and immersing myself in the peaceful flow of yoga.
And if you want to practice yoga at home, here are some tips.
There are some practices you can incorporate in your daily life to have basic benefits. We can start with the Urdhva. For that, you can sit in Vajrasana first, then stand on your knees. Gently place your palms on your back, lower back. After that, we can process to next asana, which is Shashak Asana from Vajrasana. What you have to do, just slide your knees apart. While inhaling, lift your hands up, and while exhaling, bend forward. try to touch your hand to the floor and slide your hands forward. And after that, try to touch your head if it is possible. Not necessarily, just you need to try that.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm even close to what these students here are set to achieve. But one thing's for certain, I'm really inspired by the dedication and discipline exhibited by the students and their instructors. Also, this entire experience has really motivated me to embark on my yoga journey, and I'll also try and incorporate yoga practices in my daily ritual. Now let's meet Praanvi Gupta, the youngest certified yoga instructor in the world. She's had an incredible journey, and her yoga practice has had a remarkable impact on many people. You wouldn't want to miss this. Take a look.
Today, I would like to talk about another variation of Chakrasana or wheel pose. All began when I was 3.5 years old. One day I woke up and I found my mom doing some odd postures on a weird skidding carpet. When I asked her what she was doing, she said that whatever she was doing was part of something called yoga, and the mat that she was doing it on was called a yoga mat. I thought it was interesting, so I started doing it alongside her. And slowly, my passion for yoga began to grow day by day. I grew fonder of it, which led me to asking my parents if we could start my own YouTube channel to spread the knowledge of yoga across the world. My parents thought it was a great idea, so the YouTube channel began. I did take a formal coaching in yoga at Vedic Yoga Center, Dubai, under the supervision of Dr. Vincent Earth Kotail. The training was for approximately 200 hours, and it was very hard juggling my academics along with my ongoing school and yoga classes. But somehow, when you have a passion for something, you surprisingly manage to take out time for it and manage to just do it. In the same way, I also take after-school club for yoga, where I teach students about the benefits and different poses in yoga. I think that yoga has many benefits, such as it connects your mind, body and soul together. It helps you boost your concentration, and it also helps you cure for many diseases. It also gives you more stress relief, relaxation and energy. And yes, I think yoga can be easily practiced by children since they are more flexible than adults. So on International Yoga Day, let us all take a pledge to take out 15 to 20 minutes of our time to practice yoga. And as a result, all of us will turn into healthy and happy individuals, making up the future society and world.
Saudi Arabia just hosted its second yoga championship. Next up, we'll hear from Nouf Marwaai, who is the first certified yoga instructor in Saudi Arabia.
This is the second Saudi Open Yoga Asana Championship at Makkah in Saudi Arabia. The event held earlier this year brought together participants from various age groups. What could have seemed an unusual venue for yoga a few years ago reflects the growing interest in yoga and the recognition of its benefits across the globe. Much of this is owed to one person who has spearheaded the efforts to normalize yoga all these years. Meet Nouf Marwaai, the president of the Saudi Yoga Committee and the Padma Shri awardee, India's fourth highest civilian award.
I started practicing yoga in 1998, and that was because of my health issues. I was 18 years old, and that year, my parents decided that I won't go to school anymore, and that's because of my health issues. I was diagnosed with lupus erythematosus, and while I'm staying home, I discovered yoga. There was a yoga book my dad brought because my dad was in martial arts and karate and judo, and I started practicing yoga from that book. And all these practices improved my health.
There is no doubt that yoga has the power to heal. To learn more about yoga, Nouf Marwaai traveled to India in 2008, but it was not until a decade ago when Saudi welcomed a big change for all yoga enthusiasts.
We actually celebrated the first yoga day in Saudi Arabia when it was announced back in 2015 with the Indian consulate in Jeddah. And we expected maybe 50 people to show up that time, and we were surprised. 250 people showed up. And luckily, in 2021 in Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Yoga Committee was established, and I was appointed a president.
The kingdom is now set to introduce yoga courses in its universities due to its significance for mental and physical health.
So we provide assistance to universities the way they want to implement it. Some universities contacted us and they said, we want to have actually a curriculum for our staff to be able to teach yoga, or for our students. We also provided scholarships for yoga courses for different universities.
And that's not all. Nouf Marwaai is leading the initiative to promote yoga, not only in the country, but throughout the Arab region.
A lot of countries are adopting yoga, and some countries actually had yoga a long time ago, but they didn't have an official umbrella to support the promotion of yoga, because you can promote yoga as health and well-being. You can promote yoga for just as a sports practice.
Strengthening the presence of yoga in the Arab world. Now that's called yoga diplomacy, or should we call it yogaplacy in its most fruitful form.
Nutrition plays a key role in well-being. In fact, according to the Library of Medicine USA, good nutrition coupled with physical exercise can lower risk of heart disease.
On a journey of wellness on this series, we explored multiple healthy options that'll keep your mind and body calm.
Nikita, why don't you share your experience of having a nutritious meal and give our viewers some tips and tricks?
Absolutely, Johan, would love to. In fact, might I also add that the dish I tried was delicious. Watch the next story to find out more. So Palak, what will you be making for us today?
We are making a very nutritious dish using the forgotten heroes. We are making the chana amaranth kebab and mint moringa chutney.
That sounds super delicious and super interesting. Can't wait to dig in.
Let's dive straight into it. We start with soaking some black chickpea. Now, if you're somebody who gets bloated easily with legumes, here's a trick. Soak them overnight and add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Here's your overnight soaked black chickpea. Now we simply add the tomatoes, onion, some ginger and garlic pods, and we blend it well. Now this looks very basic, but it's packed with anti-inflammatory goodness and antioxidants. Now we add the protein-packed, iron-rich black chickpea. Black chickpeas are great for your skin health, hair health, they improve your muscle mass and help in boosting immunity. Now we add the spices. We add in our salt, turmeric powder, little red chili powder, some coriander seeds, and some cumin seeds. Now add water till your chickpea is fully immersed in it. Now pressure cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now you add the star of the dish, amaranth leaves, and we blanch them. If you have high LDL, bad cholesterol, or if you have diabetes or PCOS, this is superb for you. It will help you to balance the insulin levels in the body, and this is something you must consume every day. Now add the pressure cooked chickpea and blanched amaranth leaves to the mixer and blend well. Now, every time you eat, think about how you feel post that meal. Say you eat a very heavy meal, you'll feel acidic, bloated, lethargic, but when you eat a light, home-cooked meal, you feel extremely light, energetic, you feel happy on the inside, no signs of bloating or acidity. Associate with feelings and they will help you make the right choice. Cook for about a minute on each side. Now let's make something which perfectly complements the dish. The famous mint chutney, but with a healthier twist. We are adding moringa leaves from the drumstick tree, also known as the miracle tree. Your puree is now ready. We add it to homemade hung curd and your dip is prepared.
Wow, these look absolutely amazing, Palak. Can't wait to try these. Wow, Palak, I have to say, I'm a die-hard kebab fan and I never thought something so nutritious can be so delicious. And this is a perfect blend of flavor and wholesome nutrition.
I'm glad you like them.
That's all we have for you on the show today.
But before we go, Johanna, I have a quick question for you. I know you've learned yoga and I'm trying to pick up some bits of it too, but can you do yoga underwater?
You mean aqua yoga? Well, no.
As we wrap up, here's a feast for your eyes as we bring you the unique underwater yoga talent from India.
Wow, well, that sounds impressive. Remember that we'll be back next week with more stories on yoga from India and the world.
अंडर वाटर योगा में स्टार्टिंग में बेसिक से शुरू होता है ब्रीथ होल्डिंग करने से। पहले सिर्फ पानी के अंदर लेटना सीखा जाता है सांस छोड़ के, उसके बाद धीरे धीरे प्रैक्टिस होती है बेसिक आसना की, फिर धीरे धीरे फिर एडवांस लेवल पे आते हैं। 8 साल की उम्र से मैंने स्टार्ट किया था योगा करना और मुझे स्विमिंग का भी शौक था, तो स्विमिंग करने भी जाते थे तो बच्चे थे तो उस टाइम तो स्विमिंग करते करते स्टार्टिंग में तो मैंने सिर्फ ब्रीथ होल्ड करना सीखा थोड़ा थोड़ा। अगर सांस रोकोगे ना तो आप लेटोगे नहीं पानी के अंदर, आप तैरते रहोगे सांस रोकने के बाद भी। तो जब हम सांस छोड़ देते हैं तो हमारा शरीर धीरे धीरे नीचे जाने लगता है। तो स्टार्टिंग में सिर्फ लेटना ही शुरू किया, फिर मेरे दिमाग में धीरे धीरे आइडिया है योगा करते हैं तो थोड़ा सा सांस रोक के योगा स्टार्ट किया।